Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Ranger. Thank you so much for joining me on this holiday weekend. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I know I certainly did. This is a time of year where I think it's the best of all holidays. I mean, I like it better than Christmas, to be honest with you. I think that there's a lot less pressure. You're not out shopping for people. You don't have to worry about, did you get something or the right thing, and spending money that you may or may not even have, and buying gifts for people that they don't even care about. Thanksgiving's a time where you can just be with people that you care about and enjoy your time. And there's no expectations. So, but I do think Thanksgiving's a time to really reflect on being grateful, being thankful, for the things that we have, for the country that we have, for the direction that things are going in now for us. We have a lot to be thankful for, but also it's a good time maybe to, reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, maybe somebody you're thinking about. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just pick up the phone and do it. Maybe you got a relative that you've kind of become separated with, maybe a family member that you haven't talked to in a long time, or maybe there was a riff, and it's time to put that behind you, because life happens, and the next thing you know, something tragic happens, and then you sit back and regret. I mean, I remember I had a friend of mine that had called me just to chat with me. And I was at the airport, and I was kind of rushed at the time, and I meant to call him back, and I never called him back. And 3 weeks later he passed. And I so regretted that. And I still do to this day. And whenever I think about somebody that, called me, or somebody that I'm, how you're just going through the day and you think about, God, I wonder how that person's doing. Then the next thing you know, something happens. It's because the universe is aligning you to do these things. It's aligning you to reach out to these people. So when you think about somebody or something, and then all of a sudden it manifests itself, in a few short days, it's because that's the way the universe works. So use that to your advantage and reach out to people that maybe you need to make amends with, maybe make an apology to. How about that? I apologize for what I did. Believe me, apologies are in my daily vernacular. Okay. I mean, if it's not to my wife and kids, it's to my employees. So, just, it's okay to be apologetic. My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the Lone Ranger. This is not a psychological class. This is not a show. I'm not Dr. Ruth or anything. I'm a mortgage lender. I'm an investor in real estate. I'm a coach for lenders and real estate agents. And I'm a husband, and I'm a father, and I'm a friend. And that's really what I am. But that's not why I do the show. I do the show so that I can help influence people so that they can become better at investing in real estate and accumulate wealth. So having said that, I want you to write this down. I'm going to be teaching a class on January the 22nd at the Ale House in Winter Park at Lee Road and 1792, 6:30. Register at webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Register right now. If you know anybody that's renting, somebody that wants to buy, or someone that wants to become an investor in real estate and accumulate multiple properties, this is the class to go to. Why? It's $25 a head to get in, or $30 per couple. No children, please. I have about room for about 30 people. That's all I've got in this room. It is an intimate setting. This is not one of those seminars that you go to and you're going to walk out of there going, yeah, we got to buy the CDs and the 8-track tapes and this booklet, and we got to go through these classes, and it's just a lead up to other classes that you paid for. No, it's nothing like that. Not at all. Matter of fact, you'll get no sales pitch whatsoever from me. You're going to get all the tactics that it takes to be able to accumulate wealth in real estate. You see, I'm a high school dropout. I lost both my parents, mom when I was 15, dad died 8 months later. 8 months after my mom. Okay. So 15 years old, I'm orphaned at 15. I'm shipped from Maitland up to Canada to live with an uncle who owned a junkyard and raced stock cars and believed that everybody should do a little jail time just to get some experience. Well, I don't think mom and dad really would have appreciated me having some jail time or anything. So I packed up at 16 years old and moved back to Florida. And I've been on my own ever since. So I didn't have a great education. I knew I was smart, but I didn't have the education. So I knew that I had to be able to develop skills to be able to help gain wealth. I understood that money doesn't make happiness, but it sure does make happiness a lot easier. I'm going to tell you that because I've been dirt poor broke. I've been in a position where I had no money. I didn't eat. I couldn't feed my dog. I lost a car to repossession. I lost a motorcycle to repossession. I couldn't pay my apartment complex. And I realized how desperate people are when you're in that situation. And if that has been you, then you understand the differences in having no money and having money. Now, one thing I've always had is a lot of ambition. I don't wait around for things to happen. I'd rather make mistakes and do something and make a mistake than not do anything at all. So I'm about taking action. So I push my employees to take action, my kids to take action, and I push myself on a day-to-day basis to take action. And sometimes that's not easy. It just doesn't come naturally. You have to actually do it. But I realize that the lack of action never gets you anywhere. That procrastination doesn't do anything for you. You have to act. You know, I think it was Ben Franklin had a famous saying that you are better off to make a decision and make a mistake than you are to not make a decision. And make a decision to do things that are better to propel yourself into a better situation. So I didn't have a lot of money growing up to be able to buy properties, but I knew that buying real estate would help me accumulate wealth. So I developed a program that I have now coined my Leapfrog program that teaches people how to invest in real estate and accumulate wealth, and how to have all these properties paid off free and clear in 20 years. So I can show you how to have 5 properties free and clear in 20 years, and other people are making your payments. So if you're interested in that and you would like to learn how in 20 years, this is a get rich slow, folks. This is not a get rich quick. There is no such thing. Those things will cost you $2,500 to get in and they don't work. Okay. This is $25 to get in, and it guaranteed it's going to work. Guarantee you it's going to work. You just have to follow the process. If you want to learn the process, then enroll in my class. WeBringYouHome.com, January 22nd, Winter Park at the Ale House. Register now, limited seats available. I will teach you everything you need to know. I'll show you how to gain about $4 million in real estate, free and clear, producing you $25,000 to $35,000 per month in income. Now, isn't it nice to go into retirement making 25 to 35 grand a month? Add your Social Security onto that. Okay. Not going to be a comfortable living for you. Could you travel? Could you do the Rhine? Could you travel to Europe? Could you do an Alaskan cruise once a year? Could you do anything you wanted on that kind of money? Yes. So don't tell me money does not make happiness. It makes happiness because you can do a lot more things. Now, here's something else that wealth has done for me. I'm very charitable. I generally give between $50,000 and $100,000 of my hard-earned income away per year to my charities. So I have my favorite charities that I donate to, but I work hard. Now, when I had no money, how much was I donating to charity? None. I was the charity. So you are going to be either on the receiving end of being a charity, or you're going to be on the giving end of being the charity. Which one do you want to be? Isn't it better to be the giver and watch people? You know, I mean, I bought my cousin a car. She took care of me. When I had nothing to eat, she fed me. When I had nowhere to sleep, she gave me a bed to sleep in. That was my cousin Noreen, and I love her so much, and I'd do anything for her. And since I've been successful in my career. I went out and I bought her a car, and she was just, she was in tears. But you know what? These are the things that you want to do. I help kids beating cancer. I do things for people that I care about. So these are the things you can do. But also, I'm going to have enough money to retire on. Don't you want to have enough money to retire on? I'm going to tell you, your Social Security ain't going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And if you think you're doing well, think about this. For every $1 million that you have in the bank, let's just say in your 401k, okay? Every $1 million, that $1 million will produce you $50,000 a year in income, okay? Now, $50,000 a year in income is $4,100 a month. So if you are in your 50s and you're looking at your 401k and it's got 40, 50, even 100,000, 300,000, it ain't going to be enough. It's not enough. You have to have more. So you have to learn how to have more. And you need people that have done it, not people that did it in 1976 and trying to teach you these techniques. What I teach are things that I do every single day of the week. They're not from some coach, grandiose coach that never really made it. I see these coaches out there teaching real estate classes. They were crappy realtors. Now they're coaches for realtors because they were crappy realtors. And now they're coaching people on what to do, and they never could do it themselves. It drives me crazy. I see lenders doing it too, teaching classes. Listen, you can look up my stats. You can check me out on Google. Zillow reviews, Yelp reviews, 4.9, 5 stars. Why? Because I take my business seriously. I care about my customers. I care about you. I want you to have the best rate, the lowest possible closing costs, have all the information that you possibly could need. I'll connect you with the best real estate agent in your market. Call me now from Tampa, 813-213-4009, 813-213-4009. Orlando, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. I'll help you get started. Buy your first property, your second property, your vacation home, your move-up property, your mansion on the beach, whatever it is, your mobile home that you want to buy in the country, you want to build a home, you want to renovate a home, you want to buy a junker and renovate it. I got a couple of those I'm doing right now. I can help you with any of that. You need a home equity line of credit. You need a reverse mortgage. You need a reverse second mortgage. You need a second mortgage. You need debt consolidation. You want to refinance? We're going to talk about refinances in the next segment. And you do not want to miss this because there is a lot of scams going on, and you won't want to miss my next segment on refinances. So pay close attention and don't go anywhere. But we're going to cover that. I also want to cover Southern Homes, my friends down in the Lakeland area, building in Bartow, Lake Wales, Avon Park, Sebring. They build a great home. You know, their average home runs around $350,000. It's hard to find that anymore. They'll pay all your closing costs when you use the loan arranger for your financing, all your closing costs up to 6% of the purchase price. So listen, you want a great home. And their homes, they've got starter homes, and they've got luxury homes. They've got lakefront luxury homes on Walker Lake. Beautiful community, beautiful, big, long properties. But their average communities are bigger lots than the typical builder. I mean, you look at your DR Hortons and your Meritage and all that. They put a giant home on a tiny little lot. I mean, you push your wheelbarrow between you and your neighbor's house, and your knuckles are scraping on each other's houses. It's ridiculous. There's no yard. Southern Homes, bigger lots, beautiful, brand new, all your closing costs paid. Go to webringyouhome.com, get your application started right now, and I will help you with that. When I come back, we're going to talk about refinances and why you should be very careful. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Radio Show. 813-213-4009, 407-706-3313, or webringyouhome.com. Don't go anywhere.